Hey everyone, I'm back at it making videos, and today we are looking at SH Figuarts Shanks. This figure, I have some gripes with it, but I overall really like it, and I'm so happy that I got it. Starting off with, looks and paint, he has this almost, I don't know how to say it, but I love these colors and how his shirt here, it's white, but it doesn't look as white. It almost has like a slight beige to it, and it looks so good, especially, you know, with this lighting. But he has a matte finish to him that just it makes this figure look absolutely stunning. Just he's not shiny at all. It looks straight out of the show. It is insane. I'm so happy with how this looks. He has his buttons on his shirt are painted very nicely, and the pants, and the ones on his sandals. Yes, very nicely. But starting off with the box here, just the same thing as they always do with the One Piece line. It's standard, you got a map in the back, but this is a bit different. Instead we see Shanks and Luffy, because there's a little Luffy that comes in this set. Name of the box, Shanks, and then it says, and Monkey D. Luffy childhood. I have some problems with that, but side of the box, showcasing the figure, the faces that he comes with, and back of the box. Nothing special, just poses, some poses that you can do, and more faces and stuff that it comes with. Other side, bottom, Shanks, top, straw hat. But anyway, let's get the box out of the way and look at this guy. He's just so pretty. I love this matte finish. Anyway, I'll shut up about that for now. But the paint in his hair, I was scared that they weren't gonna get this bright red right. They did absolutely perfect with it. I thought that it was going to look a bit darker, and then I saw in some photos that it was going to be darker, but nope, this is how Shanks' hair should look like. There's some slight shading on the white. It's super slight though. It's not very, very out there. I would say that it's hidden, and that's about it for as shading goes, and also in his hair. Some little dark roots that just to make him look even better. I say that we should move on to articulation. So let's do it. Articulation wise, his arms can go this far out, which is absolutely insane. He has great range. Let me get that one up there like that. Yeah, so over horizontal, which is awesome. But then you have these ugly ass pits that come out. It's the same thing as what they did with Zoro, and I see people not that fond of it, but I don't mind it. I like the extra range. I'm more of a Revel Tech nerd, so I kind of like my figures just being extremely posable, but I'm pointing it out for you guys. Now, when this figure came out of the box, his joints on his shoulders were extremely tight, so I advise you to get some WD-40 and just add a little, lube that joint a bit, because now it's completely free moving to do whatever, but it was super tight, and just be sure to do that because it will break and you will have to buy a new one, and these guys are pretty expensive. But look at his range. I know they're ugly, but he's got some insane, look at that X. Has insane range, and then going back, sort of an X, but yeah, great range in the back as well. I said, this guy is insane. Now, moving on to torso, he has slight ab crunch. I don't know why they could have done what a Variable Action Heroes did, and they just did a cut here, so it would be two parts instead of having two parts and then the shirt over it, because then it completely hinders that ab crunch, and that's his crunch. There's a crunch there, but it looks more like a slouch, and he's not Aizawa, so it doesn't really work for me. I wish, it was two pieces and they did a cut here, so he would completely be able to get an insane crunch. And then now looking at back, okay, he does not go back at all. Now using the waist, that's how much crunch he gets. Much better, but still activating that waist waist joint. It's not really a joint though, it's like a ball peg, but yeah, he gets that far back, which is pretty cool, but it could be better if they actually did two cuts here. I mean, a cut here and then two pieces, but you can do the splits, which I'm very excited, very happy about, because I like when my figures can do the splits. I like that possibility. And he can also do front splits too, which is really cool. But they decide to give him and Zoro single jointed knees instead of double jointed, so it's just past 90, and I really don't like that. It hinders a lot of what I can do with him, but it doesn't look too bad. There's a bit like cabbage here, but it's pretty fine. Yeah, take that as you will. I wasn't that fond of it, but then I got used to it. Moving on to toes, can go that far down, that far up, and he has a toe hinge and beautiful ankle rocker. Moving back up to the arms, because before I forget, he has a bicep swivel, but if you see here, it's like right below the bicep, so it's like weird cut that they decide to do instead of like up. So I don't know, it's fine, but it looks a bit strange to me. But the worst part is that when you go to use his single jointed arms, because what the hell, Tamashii, like why are you doing this? If you go to put it back down, it can get caught like that. It can get caught there, and just be careful when it gets caught there. You can push down here and then it can go all the way back in. Maybe if you like use too much force, it will break. But yeah, like I said, single jointed elbows, which literally like same range as the legs, just a little past 90. I hate it. This I do not like, especially with sword wielders. They're supposed to do like amazing poses, and he can't even. It's so ugly. It's just not good, especially when this guy is like $90. I'm not a fan. Not a fan at all. I really hope they stop doing that. They did it to Sabo, which is fine. Like, it didn't really bother me. It doesn't bother me either, except for the fact that it could have been double jointed, and that would have been so much better. Oh. Camera decided to fall there. Which would have been so much better, but I don't know why Tamashii just doesn't like doing that. Even Revel Tech, they do single jointed, but the range is always insane, and every time Tamashii does it, it's ass, and I'm so sick of it. It's very annoying. Very, very annoying. He has they decided to give him a wrist swivel, but it's weird because then you would forget like where the wrist is in place. So I don't really touch it that much, but it's nice to know that it's there. Then also a joint for the wrist, and it swivels all the way around, and you have pretty good range. I think that's everything. Time to move on to accessories. First, he comes with two fisted hands, because every standard figure should come with fisted hands. Honestly, they're probably like my favorite type of hands out of everything. I don't know. I just feel like I can get so many poses with them. But starting off with our first face here, we have an angry face. With a vein popping out for see it right there. This reminds me of the face where he was using his hockey, like when we saw it for the first time in the not first episode, but in the manga. It's like the first story, the first chapter when he saves Luffy, and then he uses his hockey to drive away that sea serpent. Second face, neutral. This is the one he comes with, but since I'm in a good mood, I decided to use, since I'm in such a good mood, I decided to use the joyous happy face. But this is the face that he comes with. outside of the box. I love these faces. This face makes me so happy. And I think this one looks pretty good too. It's fine. But this one and like the tongue out face, which I have on his straw hat version, just looks so good. Like, wow. They really did a good job with capturing his likeness. For another angry face, I don't really like this one that much. Someone said that it looked like him smelling a bad shit, like fart, and it's true. It just doesn't. It looks fine, but it just looks like someone farted and Shanks is pissed about it. But that is not it for the accessories. We still have a lot more to go through. We have like sheath holding hands, so he can hold his sheath while his sword is in his other hand. Spoon holding hand, and then I decided to put the spoon in because Shanks came with the spoon. There's a scene in the show where he's like eating and he has a spoon, and I don't know, they decided to add it to this figure set. I think it's a cool addition for poses, but it doesn't really like make the set any better. Then he comes with hat holding hand, like you see right there, using on Luffy. Now he comes with a sword holding hand. Camera. Focus. Sword holding hand, which I put his sword in one of the holding hands, like sword wielding hands. The sword looks pretty good. His sword griffin, the paintwork is very, very nice. If the camera wants to settle and you will be able to see it, maybe. There we go. I have to stretch out my hand, but yeah, looks pretty cool, and I really like what they did. The sword looks really good. Then here's the sheath for it, which I also like. You can put the sheath in by removing this little small piece here. Oh, that didn't work. We'll use my nail. You remove it like so, very simple, and then you put the sword like in there perfectly. I love how they did this because with the variable action heroes, you actually had to like shove the sheath into the sheath bandage, whatever that is, and you got some paint rub on the sheath. But with this, Tamashii made it very easy, and I'm very happy that they did that. Very happy. But that is still not it for accessories. He also comes with a cloak, and people said that this like was thick, and it looks thick, but it's not that bad. Like it's not that thick. It just looks it. If it was thinner, sure, that would be fine. I mean, I don't really know what it's supposed to be except for a cloak. I don't know if it's supposed to be like an actual like jacket. Just think of it as like a cape that he just puts on. I think that it is good, and it looks very, very good, and it has bendy wire all throughout it, so you can just make it whatever you want, whatever you desire. I think this is much better than the Variable Action Heroes one, which also has bendy wire, but it's a bit thinner, and it is, I don't know, it's weaker, but this one's like sturdy, and it's fun to mess around with it. It plugs right into his back hole. Pause. And then you put it in there, and there it is. Now Shanks has his cape. Let's see if the camera wants to focus. Perfect. I guess I'll call that accessory. Doesn't really come on him in the while he's in the box, but as you saw, he does come with a head to hold his hat, and here we go. It looks great. I absolutely love the way this looks. Like I said, already showed you that face, but the way, oh boy, there we go. Yeah, it's a tight fit. The way this works is you put one of his faces in the pegs, and then you put his hair there, and then you put the hat on. But the hat also comes on this Luffy, because like I said, it's not just Shanks, it's Shanks and Monkey D. Luffy childhood. Yeah, this is a double pack apparently. He doesn't have any articulation, he's literally just a statue, and if you have the hat on Shanks, you can't really, you would have to hide him because of his ugly ass forehead. Like, why did you do this? You couldn't give us another molded head to put on this guy with hair? Instead, just wanted to cheap out, $90 set, and just give us this. So, like, he looks really, really good when he has the hat on for the scene. But then you give it to Shanks, and you have to completely, like, hide this guy. You can't have him on your shelf. Unless you want him on your shelf, and he looks like this. I always hide him. I always have him with the hat on. When Shanks has the hat on, I just throw this guy in the bin. I don't know why they did that. And also, I would have paid, what, $20 more if he actually, like, had articulation. Because a young Luffy would be so awesome. I don't know why Tamashii decided to do that, but it's their decision. Overall, he looks pretty good. I like the paintwork on the shirt, ruffles on the shorts, and sandals, back, the tears. Let's go to the face. Show you that face. There we go. He looks great. He looks so good. I just really wish that they gave him another head head mold. Now, last of the accessories. Shanks comes with his little nub arm that you can replace by pulling this one out easily. There we go. And then easily putting this one back in. Or, I mean, not back in, but in the arm. Like I said, easily. There we go. And same thing, great motion all around. And yeah, that is the figure, that is the set. Now, you notice that I'm probably not doing what I usually do with, like, my rating system. I don't know, I feel like I kept forgetting it while doing, like, trying to rate the figure, so I'll just say how it is. I think this guy's pretty good. he has a lot of flaws, but man, he's not like Onigashima Zoro, where it looked good, but you can't pose it. This guy looks good, and he poses, and all that stuff. I really hope Tamashi stays with these soft goods cloaks. Like, imagine if it was plastic. That would ruin this guy, wouldn't it? Like, Sabo has a plastic cloak, but I don't mind it because it's not as heavy as Eustace Kids or Laws, to where I had to buy them cloth versions of their cloaks or capes or whatever. I really hope they keep doing this. I know that Egghead Blackbeard has a soft goods cloak, and I'm very, very happy about that. So I really hope they continue these soft goods cloaks or capes. But yeah, this guy is pretty cool. Yeah, if you like, and go pick him up. Now, if you also like this video, please subscribe. I do my best to come out with a video every week, and that's about it. Bye now.